He could. But the thing is, that is a very special map. It's a two-player map, pretty close to each other. It's a bit further than Overgrowth or like Coda Echo, but it's still really close.
But, I mean, I guess the big thing on Bunny is the fact that you have that natural sort of tucked away.
No, the big thing is because of how the mains are positioned, you can't send an overlord to see the natural incoming links and the main with the same first overlord. You can only choose to see the main incoming links or the natural.
Oh, it's like so you have to like make a decision on what do I want to be looking for.
You have to choose one between the three instead of all three at the same time.
So that's okay. So that's a pretty big point there, especially in Zerg versus Zerg. That being said, guys, we're going to be jumping in here. Map number 3. And we are here on Coda. Our first player in the bottom right, playing for Brawl Esports, is up by 2 maps. It's going to be Cham.
And his opponent in the top left-hand side right now. He's on the ropes. It is none other than the team manager of CatZ. Oh, of Root. It is CatZ.
He's the team manager of CatZ. He's the root of the CatZ.
CatZ.
I
He's
like
the root of the CatZ.
He is. That got so confusing so quickly.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's only like 4 a.m.
Yeah, I think it is right. Oh my god, it's 4:30.
It's 4:30.
I'm not gonna get any sleep before the train.
It's okay. No, you're not. I think you're actually not gonna get any sleep before the train. So, anyway, I mean, so far this initial best of 7 has sort of had a fairly quick game number 2 and game number 3. Not really going to those late game stages, 4-5 bases, constantly churning out roaches, starting to add in hydras, initial infestors. What are we going to be, like you said, CatZ on the ropes. He's down by 2 map points. Cham riding the initiative of his advantage already. Going for this 50 pool, while CatZ is going for that hand tree first. I feel that CatZ should be the one to go for some big aggression plays this time. Sort of, as your opponent is knocking on your front door, you suddenly bust that door open and knock him over, Yeah,
I kind of agree. Now, here's the thing though. Cham is very clever. He went for really early pool here. I think that was even a 14 pool if I'm correct. Now, he went for really early pool into the hatchery. He was counting on CatZ going for some kind of aggression. And CatZ just really cool. Goes for the hatch first, and he doesn't really care. He knows Cham could early pool, but then again, he might not.
Of course, there's sort of like the dilemma of how do I want to be opening in conjunction to what my opponent might be potentially be doing. So, of course, it is a little scary, but I guess we're not going to be seeing anything too big now for the next minute or so until we see if these guys want to be investing into that speed or not.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I think both are looking to get the speed right away. Would be very surprised if they don't. But, well, both are setting up the naturals. We're going to check for 2 things here. First, of course, if they do finish up, or get the speed rather, instead of that Evo chamber. And the second of course, is when they start to get that kind of 20-something workers, like 25 or so, do they start to add tons of speedings instead.
Speed started for Cham. CatZ instead adding in a couple of drones before he starts speed.
Yeah, what is going on here?
There we go. Okay, there we go. Started that speed. Cham has 2 out of 3 on gas. CatZ 3 out of 3. Do you think we'll just go into like Ling Bling Wars perhaps? Because I mean we haven't seen that so far.
We could. I mean, the thing is here that it's very standard, but we haven't seen it yet in this series, and it would be pretty interesting because both these players are very capable of being aggressive. It looks like. And, well, Ling Bling Wars do tend to get very aggressive. There we go. At the same time.
At the same time. Baneling Nests started. Speed is going to be a little quicker for Cham. But I can't imagine really him realizing that he has like the 12-second or 15-second advantage in speed. And that'll like play to that.
No, it doesn't matter way too much. I think I personally think it's a bit of a mistake to do what CatZ did and sneak in a few drones, but then again, if you don't get punished, it is technically worth it, so why not?
Yeah, but I mean, like you say, he's relying on not taking any damage, so still, if Cham manages to find a good angle, then suddenly CatZ is going to regret making those extra drones. We see that lair started right away. Gas number 2 taken here as well for a red Zerg.
There should be mutas, I think.
Yeah, we'll see when he takes gas number 3 and gas number 4. Very sort of defensive setup here from Cham, right?
So something very important to note here is that you notice how both players are supply capped. Now, CatZ a bit more sloppy than Cham, I guess, but Cham lost 2 overlords in a row to Queens, and that means
that's quite bad.
Yeah, the thing is, of course, it was more CatZ microing around his Queens, managing to find the scouting overlords on the edges and just managed to get them in time. So it was pretty nice of him to find them, and that kind of did put Cham in an awkward position. Then again, CatZ did supply block himself as well, so it's kind of a, both get into a really awkward position, but it's okay. Because it happened to both.
Yeah, so I guess both of them just equalized.
Yeah.
Faster third here, base for CatZ. Actually, quite significantly faster. He gets the evolution chamber and the roach one, but there we have that spire. So.
Oh, this is such a bad timing though for Cham.
This third base is going to get cancelled because I mean, CatZ saw this with the Overlord. Is going to even lose that drone, so further going to be slowed down. And to be honest, I don't think CatZ is going to take any damage from these Mutalisks because he's already got the map control.
Well, he does for now. He's going to lose it as Cham now has done banings out, and I think both kind of just have to run back. Now, these mutas can be either going into the kind of mutalist style with mutaling bling, but more commonly used as just getting like a few mutas, as I talked about before, and going for that very, very strong +1 roach play. Nice micro, by the way, from Cham.
Yeah, pulling away at the very last second. He's actually got a few more links out on the map right now, but yeah, so I want to. I actually prefer from Cham here to see that he perhaps tries to go for the heavier Mutalisks focused style, because I mean he's going to be down in roaches and upgrades quite considerably, and if he tries to go equal like toe to toe versus roaches, I think he's just going to end up dying.
Yeah, well, we do see this kind of 8 Mutalisks being created into Roachborn and an Evo Chamber, so now it's up to Cham to keep CatZ back. The thing is, 8 Mutas won't do anything to a mass Roach play, and it's up to Cham just to survive. He can't be on 2 bases. He needs to keep 3, so he can't lose his third. He can't, lose anything in his main unnatural. But, well, Roaches are incoming.
And there's no room for error here for our red Zerg. He is going to get that third up, and already the Mutalisks starting to do some damage here versus the Roaches making their way across. But like I said, Alex, this is why I would have wanted him to see commit to more Mutas, because like when you start reaching like the 15-20 mark, that's when it gets a lot harder to make these move outs. But I think that he's actually going to be suffering quite heavy damage here. The +1 is done for these Roaches, so these links are virtually going to be useless.
Yeah, it all kind of comes down to as well that third being cancelled, but to be honest, Cham is doing a pretty good job. He lost 7 workers, yes, but killed 5 with those banelings going to third base earlier. And, well, he's kind of even in workers, I have to say. The Muta's not being micro, though. What are you doing, Cham?
And Roach is heading up into the main, hitting the natural as well. Queen does live. Third base coming under a little bit of fire, but he has to deal with these Roaches in the main. He's going to lose the injecting Queen. And, well, that's going to slow him down considerably. He's even going for the Overseer. This is not what you want to be doing, because he's losing a lot of workers here.
17 have gone down, but Cham just throwing like a madman behind this. Now, the problem is that as these Mutas are over here, they're not doing anything in the third base. We're going to see CatZ spore up his bases to make sure he doesn't lose anything, really. Not too many spores, though, so it's going to be okay. Big thing here, though. We see an infestation pit here for CatZ. Kind of leaning towards, yeah, he's getting pathogen glands, which is really weird because of the fact that he's facing just a handful of Mutas.
Is this an overreaction?
I would call it an overreaction, but then again, he keeps on making roaches, so I think he hasn't fallen for it because he did see the roach warren and the Evo Chamber.
He tries to go for a swing in into the third again. Cham does find these Banes, by the way, so he's going to take those out at least, so which is nice. But right now he needs to find something here. Needs to be very careful versus these spore crawlers. Of course, they deal crazy amounts of damage. 35 to biological.
So right now, these mutants kind of just control, but CatZ knows what's up, and he just cranks up more roaches. As I said, I'm a bit surprised they went into infestors, but then again, he kind of can get away with it as long as he doesn't stop the roach production. He is slightly letting work as well, so this is okay. The infestor will help for the roach wars as well. You just want to make sure though that you don't waste infest the energy or lose infestors to those mutants roaming around.
Well, Queen might end up falling here. Gets two transfuses out of this, but CatZ has a good number of queens, 6 in total. Gonna force these Mutalisks back for now. I mean, at this point, CatZ +2 almost finished. Should see a massive swell of roaches. I mean, because look at that bank.
Yeah, but well, we see a lot of links here being created by CatZ. He's planning on getting Banelings. That would be a very cool choice.
Ooh.
Then again, he didn't get Baneling speed though, so that would be a bit awkward.
Make things a little harder there to get those connections. But you know, of course, once CatZ get over to his side, to his opponent's side of the map, and he hits him with this massive wave of Banelings and those roaches, it's going to be so hard for Cham to get the time he needs to stabilize. Because you know, as a function of those Banes and roaches, when you're fighting on your opponent's side of the map, it just makes it so hard for them to reinforce or rather remax again.
So here's the problem though. Look at the bank right now for CatZ. He's really gassed up. He kind of messed up his gas timing, I feel.
Oh.
And, well, he doesn't have that many roaches. Now we're going to see CatZ move into the third base. Harass this really heavily. That's not going to force Cham back. And Cham has 42 roaches to only 24 of CatZ. Now this is a big issue.
Oh, is this the opportunity that Cham needed to get back in this game? Because I mean, he was kind of down, but gets a fairly good fight. A couple of these infestors have already gone down, and no more of these fungal growths remain. Mutalisks still stand, a couple of them at least. He's moving up into the natural here. Is he going to be able to bring down this hatchery? He's going to go for the focus fire. That's going to go down, Alex. And well, suddenly, CatZ in a terrible position.
Yeah, CatZ just didn't make enough roaches. He has 1,000 minerals right now not being spent. And those links running into the third base, well, they did get cleaned up. They killed a lot of workers, but that wasn't enough. And the roach right now just overwhelming CatZ. CatZ just not having enough to hold on. And although, no, not even that. He's not even going to hold it right here. We see even more units being screamed in by Cham. This is way too much for the root player.
Man, this is brutal. I mean, even CatZ having that upgrade advantage, but just like you say, not having the numbers, having the upgrades, but not the roach count. Well, that sort of became a very straightforward victory there for Cham, who is looking kind of behind for most of that game.
Yeah, so the thing is that CatZ